Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we are going to talk about some terrifying Latino creatures. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and also click on the bell icon so you can get notified every time I upload a new video. Also visit smlessons.com for more free Spanish lessons. And I would like to give, I want to give a big shout out to BECK. She's a CAFECITO member. Thank you so much for your support, BECK. Thank you for the coffee as well, for the CAFECITO. Okay, well, also give this video a like. That helps us a lot. And are you ready, Mr. Voice? How are you?
I'm good, I'm ready.
Are you feeling tired today?
Not yet.
Not yet. So, we're going to talk about something related to some terrifying creatures, as I said before, and we're doing this because it's October. You know, this is the month of, spookiness. Is that a word, spookiness?
Yeah.
It's the month to talk about a little bit of what would it be, mysterious,
like mythical,
unusual kind of things that has happened, or maybe people think it happened. I don't know, but it's that common urban legend that everybody talks about, or legends that everybody talks about, and that happens all around the world.
Yeah.
And today we are going to talk about creatures specifically from Latin America. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about this topic?
I like it. I like the myths and monsters and stuff like that. I always said if we ever lived in like a house that was supposedly haunted, I'd be perfectly fine with it.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
That's a little terrifying. I'm not okay with that.
It wouldn't bother me.
What would you do if you hear something unusual?
I don't know, like try and see what it is.
But what would be something unusual? Like,
I don't know, if you go to sleep and like the table is upside down in the morning or something. I don't know.
Upside down. Yeah, that would be unusual. Very unusual.
Or if there's like someone standing in the corner of the room or something.
Oh my god, yes. That would be terrifying.
Yeah, no.
But what would be the first thing that you think about that you would think about that kind of situation? What would you do?
Something in the corner of the room?
Yeah, it depends what it is, right?
Yeah, it depends.
Depends on what it is.
Depends what it is, but I mean, I don't know. Talk to it.
Talk to it like,
yeah,
hey,
like,
what's up?
Like,
what you doing?
A glass of water?
Why so quiet?
Yeah.
Why so lonely?
Yeah. Do you want me to get you a chair? I don't know.
Make yourself comfortable.
Yeah.
No, that's so scary. No, I think I would freak out. I would just run away. That's my reaction. At least what I think I would do. It depends on what I'm seeing. Because if I'm seeing something terrifying, obviously I would just run away. But if I'm seeing something, I don't know, it's just hard, because if it's something unusual, it's gonna be like, what?
Yeah.
You will probably be confused, and I don't know. I mean, I'm so glad I I haven't had to go through something like that. You had a situation, right?
Yeah, I've stuff that I can't explain.
Yeah, like the guy from The Cure that you saw.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, essentially it was like
it was just like a shadowy figure with like crazy hair,
just
red
like
eyes.
The Cure.
Yeah,
like that.
And I mean,
video.
like, I've never been religious. I've never been like a spiritual person. I don't really necessarily believe in ghosts and all that stuff. But I mean, that's just something from my childhood that I can't explain.
How old were you?
7.
7.
I was 7 years old.
And
And
how long did you see that thing?
it was there. I saw it. I looked away because I got scared, and then I looked back and it was still there. And then I yelled at it, and then it looked at me and just disappeared.
Yelled at you?
I yelled at it.
Oh, you?
Yeah.
Oh, what did you say?
Said, this is in my grandma's room, so
Yeah.
I said, "I'm gonna get it out of my grandma's room."
Yeah. Be careful with the cable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's
well,
like
that's very
the
scary.
same. I also another thing. I swear
Mm-hmm.
I know I probably just imagined it because I was a little kid, but I swear I saw a UFO.
Why?
You know?
You haven't told me that.
It was in 1992 or 3. I remember I was walking to school, and for some reason there was like a soccer field, like a stadium near the school, and for some reason I stopped and I looked back in that direction, and there was this huge, which this is why I imagined it, because there's no way nobody else saw it. There was this huge shape in the sky. It looked like a sunflower seed kinda, because it was like a dark color and similar shape.
Really?
And it was just
Huge.
hovering in the sky, but it was big. Like there's no way, if I didn't imagine it, there's no way nobody else saw it, because it's a very small town, and it was like big, and then it just like flew away real fast.
Huh? Were you alone? You said?
I was walking to school, so there was other kids walking, but I was the only one to like look back. But I mean,
you didn't say anything to anybody?
no, because I
around?
was just like, what the hell is that? But there's no way that nobody else in town would have seen it. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm sure I had a very active imagination when I was a kid, so I'm not,
Really? Well,
So I wouldn't be surprised.
I also have a story about UFOs, but I'm going to talk about that in a different episode, because I don't know. I think we should have an episode about UFOs and all of that. But yeah, today we're going to talk about 5 terrifying creatures from Latin America. It's folklore. How do you say?
Folklore.
Folklore.
Folklore. Yes.
And today, let's just talk about these creatures. So the first one that we're gonna talk about is, can you guess it? One of the most popular ones.
Chupacabra.
El chupacabra.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, it's known as el chupacabras. El chupacabra or el chupacabras. I heard of it when I was younger, I remember. And in Mexico, it was called el chupacabras, right? And do you know what it means? The name?
No.
So it literally means goat sucker. Yeah. So what have you heard of this creature?
I know it's supposedly like a weird-looking dog kind of animal, and it has like, I don't know, I've heard it has like a head similar to like a mosquito almost. Where it has like big eyes and has like a long face, and it kills livestock and drinks their blood.
Well, the name is from 2 Spanish words. The first one is chupar. Chupar is a Spanish verb, and that means to suck. Okay, and cabras means goats.
Yeah.
Okay. Chupacabras, el chupacabras. And also, well, this happened, or this creature was popular in Mexico, and pretty much a lot of different countries in Latin America. But it was they reported the first sightings in Puerto Rico in 1995. So that has a long time ago. That's a long time ago.
Is that the first sighting as in like anywhere, or was that
seems like
the
it,
first sighting out of Mexico?
According to what I found, the first sightings were reported
see.
in Puerto Rico.
Hmm.
And the name comes from the animal's reported vampirism. You know, the chupacabra is said to attack and drink the blood of livestock, including goats. So it's not only goats, it's pretty much all livestock.
But the first one was probably a goat. That's why they...
Probably. So it's supposed to be an animal that acts like a vampire, right? And the physical description of this creature is different from different countries, you know, in different countries. But overall, it's a heavy creature the size of a small bear.
Oh, so
it's big. Quite big. It's not that it's heavy, and you know, it's like a small bear, and also has a row of spines reaching from the neck to the base of the tail. So it's
like a giant porcupine.
Could be, kinda, but it's
just
here, just a row of spines.
So just,
you know, so that's quite interesting. Also, well, some people, I remember I had the idea that animal was more like a hyena.
Yeah, that's what I always
with
thought.
Some spikes.
The way people described it.
Yeah.
In like the weird alien stuff that I've watched, it sounded more like it was like the size of like a large dog or something like that.
Yeah. Well, as I said before, the physical descriptions of the El Chupacabras vary, right? So it was first reported in Puerto Rico about that creature, and then in America as well, as far north as Maine.
Oh.
So I didn't know that. And also as far south as Chile. So from America to Chile.
So like middle of America, basically, all then down.
Yeah, exactly. And also interestingly, also it was reported that this creature was in Russia and the Philippines. So how funny that is.
Yeah.
Or peculiar, right? And also, well, there's no evidence.
No.
There's no videos. There's no evidence, photos or anything like that.
Yeah, and that's what I always find curious about those, you know, like Bigfoot and all that stuff. Out of all of the surveillance technology that we have, that nobody can get a picture of it that isn't like like you're trying to take like a picture of the moon, you know, with like a old camera, you know, super blurry and no detail.
Yeah, even with your phone you can't take a picture of the moon.
Depends.
Like a very nice picture of the moon.
I know with some
dot.
You can. Some phones you can. Yeah, they have a really nice zoom on them. I haven't tried it with mine, but next time if it's a nice night out, I'll try it.
But yeah, this happened in several countries, as I said a few seconds ago, and no evidence. So.
No.
According to biologists and wildlife management officials, the chupacabra is just an urban legend.
No.
So there is no evidence, nothing conclusive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I heard about this animal in Mexico a lot. I didn't know that Russia had that problem, and the Philippines, or even America. You know?
No.
Did you hear anything about chupacabras in America?
No.
Or somewhere else?
No, I always thought it was just like a Latin American kind of thing. You know.
Well, it is a Latin American thing, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know how it started. I don't know. Some people saw something weird and they just reported that, but no evidence. So it's hard to say if this one is. Well, it's more likely just an urban legend.
Yeah.
They just saw a giant animal.
Yeah, and they thought it was...
Yeah. And especially if it happens at night.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
it's so hard to
get
see.
confused. Yeah.
Yeah, and in rural areas as well. So that doesn't
Yeah.
help because everything gets super dark.
Yeah.
But an animal that was sucking blood out of goats. Sad. And I wonder what happened because I remember seeing people were talking about that and they were showing the dead animals.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only proof of
But that can easily
animal?
be a hoax,
But
Like,
somebody would just drain their blood?
yeah.
Or is there an animal that could do that?
I don't think so, but I mean, people fake stuff all the time.
It's like the
know?
camp trails. Remember? Was that the camp trails or what am I talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know those the alien shapes on grass and
Crop
in
circles.
what is that? Camp trails.
You're thinking the lines that airplanes leave that people say are poisoning them?
Yeah, sorry.
The
No,
condensation?
that
That's a
is
different
not
thing.
real, by the
No.
way.
Not at all.
I honestly I don't believe that that's a thing,
No.
the chemtrails. I'm
No.
sorry, I just confused that. We're talking about what was the
Crop
name?
circles.
Crop circles.
Yeah, that was turned
Yeah.
out to be fake.
Yeah.
Was
Was it fake? Was it like
Yeah.
some
some guy just went out into the field and did it for fun,
but everywhere? Was it like
well, other
everywhere
people copied it,
Mm.
when it started. But yeah, it's fake.
Yeah, so that's quite interesting.
Yeah.
And the next creature is La Llorona. Have you heard of La Llorona?
Kind of. I know the only thing I know about it is just from reading about Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh,
Because
really?
when you're in Mexico in a game, there you can come across that
La Llorona?
particular creature. Yeah.
Wow.
So no, it's like either a naked woman or a woman dressed in white, like crying by a river or something like
Yeah.
that. And if you go to see what is, like, drags you into the river or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you're not far off. In Latin American folklore, La Llorona is pronounced, La Llorona. That means the weeping woman or the wailer. And it's supposed to be a ghost. It's a ghost that roams waterfront areas mourning her drowned children.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is a very, very common one in Mexico,
Yeah.
but apparently it happens in several parts of Latin America.
Yeah.
Were you gonna say
I
something?
was gonna say there's a lot of, like, in a lot of different cultures, they have a very similar.
Similar, right?
Yeah, it's like a woman, a ghost, or some sort of creature that's
Dressed in white.
yeah, that's like that's usually involves like
The forest.
the forest, and it's basically, I think all those are a way to warn people of the dangers. Because, for example, you can go in Latin America. If you go into the swamp very easily, you can lose your footing and fall in and drown, or you know what I mean. So it's just like ways
especially if you're drunk. Or
yeah. So it was
something like that,
ways to keep people,
or kids,
Or-
that
kids especially,
just
yeah.
to stay in the safe areas,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so this legend is about a woman named Maria. That's what I found,
Mhm.
right? And she was married to a rich man. And
sounds like a soap opera already.
yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, so she was married to a rich man. And they had 2 children, apparently. One day, Maria sees her husband with another woman. And, well, obviously, she goes crazy and, takes the kids to the river. And you know what happens.
Yeah.
After she does that, she goes crazy. And she also, goes into the river and pretty much dies. So this is like super tragic. Super tragic. So,
and just like real life, the rich guy gets away with it.
yeah, but there are very different variations of this story. You know, some people say that that she wanted to be with the rich man, but she had 2 children, and you know, like she went crazy. I don't know, but after that, well, she dies, right? And she's unable to enter the afterlife without her children, or just because, you know, because she did that, or I don't know. I don't know how that afterlife thing works.
Yeah.
But then another version, her children are illegitimate, and she, you know, does that atrocity. So their father won't take them away to be raised by his wife. Something like that. It's like there are different variations, but
the gist of it's the same.
Yeah, but at the end, she stays. She doesn't go to heaven or hell. I don't know why she doesn't go to heaven or hell, but anyways, she stays on earth, and she becomes a ghost that wears a white dress. And apparently she appears at night in the late evenings, close to rivers or lakes throughout Latin America. So she also has this crying words, or I don't know how you say it, but she is like feeling sad, feeling like, I don't know, like probably she regrets what happened, and she's just saying, "Ay, mis hijos. Ay, mis hijos," and that's supposed to mean all my children. You know, because of the tragedy. But yeah, this is a very common one in Latin America, in Mexico at least. It's like I heard about this when I was a little child, you know, little girl. But yeah, it's quite interesting. Did you know about this besides the game? Like,
no.
Did you know why there was a woman dressed in... Another thing that is interesting about La Llorona is that what she does is she, when she appears, right, at night, and some people believe that if she sees kids or children, she will try to bring them to the lake and I don't know, like do something to them. I don't know, maybe, you know, recreate what happened in her situation back then. I don't know, but it's very creepy. Yeah, very creepy. I used to live in Mexico City, so I was very far from rivers and lakes. So I never heard of someone, you know, having this kind of experience that they saw La Llorona, or they heard La Llorona saying "Ay, mis hijos." But yeah, it's a very sad telenovela kind of situation, right? Yeah. But do you have anything similar in Serbia?
No, we had the 2 most famous ones in Serbia actually started in Serbia, were vampires and werewolves.
Oh, really?
The original
I thought that was
stories,
Transylvania.
No, the original stories, the oldest story of a vampire and werewolves comes from Serbia. Yeah. So that was the 2 big ones. Vampires, like, there wasn't any current ones. It was just like the old stories from back in the day. And then there was a lot of superstition, you know. There was like about like witches and stuff like that, but nothing.
Would you had vampires and werewolves? That's like a big thing.
But nothing current, you know. It was just old stories from before. There wasn't anything like
so was,
you know.
Were those stories used to, warn children about, going into the woods and get lost or see vampire.
No. What I mean is, like, we never talked about it. We never had stories about it. It was just old stories from before. The stories about how they started, but there was never any,
like, historically speaking. Okay.
Yeah, but
nothing
there wasn't
that your parents
any,
would use to terrify you.
No,
because that's one thing I don't understand.
I lived in a communist country. There was enough stuff to be terrified of. The police was bad enough.
So that's, speaking of that, parents terrifying kids with stories. I never understood why. Well, probably parents do that so children behave.
It's
right?
Because I think it's because kids at certain ages,
children are fearless.
It's that, and they don't understand reason. They don't understand. You can't explain to them this is dangerous.
You have to explain that to them.
This is dangerous because of this. They don't understand how it works.
Children are very smart.
To an extent.
But how is it they can understand monsters, but they can't understand other, like, logic, for example?
That's exactly why. Because logic involves more complex thought, whereas monsters means that thing's scary. So it's a simpler concept for them to grab, as opposed to, for an example, what the whole thing, you can tell a kid, don't touch the stove, it's hot. They don't understand the concept of hot. They're gonna touch it.
What's hot?
Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think it's a similar thing. It's just an easier way for them to understand. It's the same reason why people, still ape on Santa Claus. And still tell kids, if you don't behave, Santa Claus is not going to give you presents, It's, I mean, because it's easier than to be a parent.
Well, I think that you should explain kids what is real, and explain as much as you can, right?
Yeah.
But making them feel fear, I don't think that's the best approach. But anyways, one of the monsters that I remember hearing about was El Coco. El Coco. And this is another...
Is it a giant parrot?
Parrot? No. El Coco literally means the coconut.
Oh.
But Coco means coconut. But we're not talking about a coconut here. We're talking about a creature that is also known as, in different Latin American countries, as cuco, coca, cuca, cucuy, cuckoo, or cucuy. So there are many different names, but they're all like similar, right?
Does it look like a coconut?
No. It's supposed to be more like a shadow. A terrifying shadow. Some people say it's just a hairy monster.
Oh, that might be why, because coconuts are kind of hairy.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, I don't think it looks like
coconut. Is it small?
Coconut.
Is it like the size of a coconut?
No, it's big. It's big. It's like, I would say, like the size of a average human being. Yeah. So it's a mythical ghost monster, and it's equivalent to the boogeyman.
Oh, okay.
The boogeyman. So what is the boogeyman? Because I have an idea about it, but I don't know if there's more to it. I don't know how it looks.
Yeah, that's the thing, because it's one of those things that, like, different cultures have different versions of it. Like in Serbia, for an example, one of the versions of the boogeyman, it's called Babaroga.
Babaroga?
It's like an old woman.
Mm.
And she's like super ugly and... But yeah, so it's just like a old woman,
Yeah.
So, and then in other cultures, it's like it's just like a generic monster. Basically, you can just kind of put whatever look to it, and as long as it involves like kids and nighttime, that's pretty much the boogeyman. If it lives under your bed or in your closet or whatever, or in your head.
Closet, in your head.
Yeah.
So if you know more about the boogeyman, please just leave a comment down below, because I don't know that much about it. But yeah, I think every
culture has some
country
version of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's probably just some like child abductor or something that
it's Raffi from
Yeah.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Do you remember that episode with Nicholas?
Yeah,
Nicholas, right?
Hairy monster in a closet.
Anyways, so I think this El Coco is also common in Spain. So it's pretty much all the Spanish-speaking countries, and the coco is supposed to be a big male being, and there's a female version of El Coco, and she's called Cuca, Coco and Cuca. But it sounds like a very like cute name. Like Coco would be like a nice
it's a name
pet
for like
name.
a pet, yeah,
and Cuca as well. But anyways, Cuca is the female version of this monster, and also there is no description of this monster, as I said before.
Yeah, so that's your typical boogeyman, like I said.
So it's more like a shapeshifter, I would say, that it could be like it could look very horrible. Nothing happened to you. The coco is also, just shapeless. Sometimes it looks like a hairy monster, which it reminds me to Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Like the main character is all
hairy and blue,
kind of cute looking monster. But it hides in closets. Yeah. Just like you said. In your closet, in your head, or under the bed, you know. And that's one thing I was terrified when I was terrified about the fact of having a monster living under my bed. I always had that feeling of what if there's something under my bed. When
I was a kid, I used to have like boxes under my bed. Just because there's no room for anything
that was smart
to be there.
That was smart.
Because all the boxes I had, there's shoe boxes with random stuff that I have in it.
I didn't think of that. I should have done the same. Yeah, that's clever. For sure. And this monster eats children. And mostly, or I will say just children that misbehave.
So again,
when they are told to go to bed.
So again, there's this pattern of all these horrible things are there to keep children or people from doing bad stuff.
Keep them in line. You have to behave. It's like Santa is the same thing. Yeah. If you misbehave, you won't get any presents from Santa. Or
Krampus.
Oh, you have a really good story about Santa from the Netherlands, or
it's like Austrian, Krampus.
Krampus,
I think that's how it's pronounced.
But we can talk about that in a different episode because it's
look it up. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
But it's the opposite of Santa.
Very, very opposite. Yeah.
Anyways, okay, so this Coco monster is from different parts of Latin America and different Spanish speaking countries, and there is actually a song, a lullaby about this monster, and so because terrifying your kids is not good enough, you gotta sing about it.
Yeah.
So the oldest lullaby or rhyme about El Coco happened in the 17th century. Okay.
Also, it's been around for a while.
Yeah, and the rhyme has evolved to some different lyrics or lyrics, right? Yeah. Or words.
Phrasing.
So but it still remains original, the purpose is still the same. And I'm gonna try to sing it. We'll see. I don't have my guitar. It would have been nice to just play my guitar and sing along. But anyways, the rhyme or the song is Duérmete niño, duérmete ya, que viene el coco y te comerá. Okay, so that's the lullaby. And I remember my mom used to sing that. And I didn't feel terrified because I didn't know about
You know
Del
what it
Coco.
is.
I just remember listening to the song and I was like, oh, it's so calming,
Yeah.
and that made me fall asleep. But in reality, this means sleep child, sleep now, else Coco comes and will eat you.
Yeah.
So that's scary. Anyways, so that was El Coco. That's another common one. Another, what would you call it? Urban legend? It's not, right?
No, it's because it's
just a
from
monster.
the 17th century. That's just like, it's like a myth or a monster or whatever. Yeah.
It's like Santa. What is Santa?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 2 more to go. Okay, so the next one is a monster called El Sombreron.
Is it a giant sombrero?
Yes. It's something like that. So this is a we'll say a Casanova, a Casanova who wears a hat, a sombrero. Okay, so it's I don't know if it's a monster. I would say just a legendary.
But it's not just a hat.
Creature. No.
It's
Okay, let me just describe this to you. Okay, so this is from Guatemala. This creature from Guatemala, and but also this one can be a boogeyman figure in Mexico. So yeah, it's like a lot of different stories. But also, well, it has different names. The characteristics are a short man, okay, with black dress.
So like dressed in black.
Yeah, okay, dressed in black. A thick and brilliant belt. I will say shiny belt.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Also, he wears black again, large hat, and boots that make a lot of noise when he walks.
So he's like a mariachi.
Sounds like a mariachi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the way mariachis look.
So I'll tell
like
you.
That outfit is amazing.
So after,
but that creature is short.
So after you're done talking about it, I'll tell you what I thought it was. And it's
like
way
a
better.
giant sombrero that does something.
So what I thought is that it's just like a sentient sombrero,
Okay.
And you'll be walking down the street one night, walking over from a bar, and you see the nicest sombrero you've ever seen in your life.
Shiny.
Just there on the ground,
Shiny sombrero.
Perfectly clean, just shiny, like a diamond. And you're like, man, that's a nice hat. I'm going to take it. And you put it on and it bites the top of your head off.
Oh my God. That sounds like an urban legend for sure. That's and that's it.
That's it.
Or how about if the sombrero takes control over your body?
Yeah.
Like the Mask, do you remember that movie?
Yeah.
But I think yours is more.
Yeah, and then the wind.
And the moral of the
blows
story
and
is
it just don't pick up shit off the ground.
Because usually these things have a moral,
Yeah.
Don't wander in the woods at night, or what?
Yeah,
like CHUPACABRAS. There's no moral there, but yeah, just
yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Wash stuff you find on the ground before you put it on. That's the moral. Because if you wash it, the hat drowns and it's a normal hat.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, well, this mariachi-looking person or creature, he likes to ride horses and likes to braid their tails and manes with the hair probably.
So I don't see anything bad about this.
Yeah,
it just sounds like somebody who's just has hobbies.
Yeah. Okay, well, here's the thing. If he can't find horses, so if I imagine that if you have horses, you one day you would just find them with this amazing braided hair, next morning, and you will be like, oh, el sombrerón was here, and if he doesn't find horses, then he does that to dogs. But
again,
be like,
I don't see any, like, what's bad here? He's a hairstylist.
well, here's the bad thing about it is the bad thing about him is that he likes to court young ladies who have long hair and big eyes.
So does he braid their hair?
Yes, I think so. Yes, he actually does.
Again,
well, here's the thing. When he likes a lady, he braids her hair, serenades to her with his silver guitar. Wow, that's amazing. A silver guitar?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's hollow as well. That would be great.
Be pretty heavy otherwise. Be kind of hard to
hollow?
play.
Why?
Oh, what do you...
Hollow as in hollow.
I thought you meant like hollow as in like
when you move.
Yeah, hologram.
Yeah, when you hologram.
Yeah.
When you move the whatever hollow thing, you see different colors as well. Okay, and he also puts soil in her plate, this lady's plate. So when that happens, she's not able to eat or sleep. So that is the problem. After that, the lady doesn't eat or sleep, and that is very unhealthy. So
he puts what?
Soil.
Like dirt?
Yeah, soil or dirt.
Like, just get a different plate.
No, but the problem is I read about this, and I remember reading about a story, the beginning of this El Sombrerón, and apparently he did that to a lady, Susana or something like that, and this lady was looking out the window to this guy, singing and whatnot, and then she fell in love with this guy, and from that day on, every time she tried to eat, all of her food had dirt in it. And so if you're trying to eat your food and you always see soil, soil maybe is bad, but I think there are worse things, like poop, for example.
Yeah.
Poop. But yeah.
But it sounds like a pretty harmless
this one
monster,
is not,
because it's a very
bad.
easy way to fix it is you just move it to Hollywood. He can become a hairstylist, and there's all kinds of women there who want to lose weight, so the soil and the food to make them not eat is gonna be perfect.
Yeah. Or you can tell this creature, how about just hear me out? It's just an idea. Put the soil here in my garden.
How about not
so
putting soil in the food? Yeah,
so your soil can help me grow food. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, he also sings. I don't know if I mentioned that, but he plays the guitar and sings. Serenades. Then every time you say serenades or serenade to serenade, I imagine Ghost. Because he does that, right?
Yeah.
This guy. Ghost is a band. A very, very interesting band.
You should look it up. It's really good.
Yeah, and they every time they have a concert, the singer serenades a lady, right?
Yeah.
And then he puts soil in her plate. Anyway, so that is this creature from Guatemala.
Yeah.
I like more your story about this.
Yeah,
sombrero.
the head-eating hat is way cooler.
Yeah.
I think it's way more exciting. Yeah.
More like scary, terrifying story. Yeah. Or legend.
Yeah.
Okay, and lastly, we have a creature called Sioanaba. Oh my God, I can't pronounce this. Sioanaba. Okay. And also, this creature has different names. One of them is Siguanaba, or Sigua, or Segua. Okay. So this is a supernatural character from Central America and also in Mexico. Okay. And it's supposed to be a shape-changing spirit or shapeshifter. That typically shapeshifter spirit shape-shifting spirit that typically takes the form of an attractive, long-haired woman seen from behind.
There you
This
go.
one is very,
There you
very
go.
interesting.
You get that
Very good one.
ghost to meet the hat guy. It's a ghost, doesn't need to eat. He can braid its hair all day long.
Yeah, right.
Everybody's happy.
Perfect couple.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh my God. Well, this one is very, very, very funny. I mean, I don't want to disrespect the creature, but this is about a woman who has a long hair, and you can only see her from behind. Also, she's very attractive. I assume very attractive from the back. Okay. And she lures men away into danger because before revealing her face to, because her face, what do you think her face is?
A butthole.
Oh my God, that's like the Japanese one. By the way, we have a podcast called We Humans where we talk about different topics, not exclusively about Latin America, but other different, different topics.
We feel like talking about.
Yeah, so link is down below if you're interested. Anyways, no, her face is a horse face.
So it's Sarah Jessica Parker?
I know. Or it could be a skull.
That'd be cool as shit.
Which one is better?
The skull is so much cooler.
So you see the attractive girl from behind, probably naked. I would say she's naked. And then you follow her into the woods. And then when you're up close, when you're close to this lady, she just turns around and looks at you. It's just either a horse or a skull.
Is it ever a horse skull?
I don't think so.
Does it ever just forget what it wants to do? It's like, whatever.
Like
I'll
half
just do
horse,
both.
half a skull.
Just like a horse's skull.
Yeah, I know, but no, it's not. I don't think it's half, or a skull horse or horse skull. I don't think so. But yeah, it exists. This creature exists in all Latin America, inclusive in Spain.
Oh.
Inclusive. I mean, even in also in Spain.
Let's see. That one is perfect match for the hat guy. Perfect, because you said he likes to braid horses, and she's technically a horse. And then also a skull, skulls have the eye sockets are pretty big, which can make it look like she has big eyes. They're like meant for each other.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, maybe when they're appearing in some part of country, this monster is in a different country.
I hope one day they get to meet.
Yeah,
because I think
their paths cross, and
I think that's the biggest tragedy of them all.
Yeah, and then in Spain, it was this was used during the colonial period, and it was used by the colonists as a means of exercising control over the indigenous and mestizo population. So I don't know how that worked. Maybe they didn't want them to go to certain areas. I don't know.
Maybe.
And then this beautiful woman can be naked or dressed in flimsy white, I don't know, dress. What's flimsy white? Flimsy white dress?
Like really wavy kind of, not like a soft material. So
she usually appears bathing in a public water tank, river, or other kind of water source. Okay? And although she may also be found washing, also she can be washing clothing. Okay, so yeah, it's weird. But yeah, she likes to lure lone men out late at night,
yeah.
Moonless nights, so very dark nights, and she doesn't let them see the face first. Okay,
But
no
if
face.
it's a moonless night and you're out in the middle of nowhere, you're not gonna see her back either.
Yeah, right. Super, super dark.
Yeah.
But what do you think it happens once you see the face?
I'm gonna say she takes your face off.
Oh my god. No. What happens is that usually the victims are unfaithful men, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and if usually they die. Usually
How
they
do
die.
they die?
I don't know, scared,
Like just a heart attack.
like heart attack. And if they don't die, they go crazy. Yeah, they go crazy. So yeah, what do you think about this monster?
Yeah, not. Yeah, really not that.
Not impressive.
Not that impressive. Yeah.
But it's crazy that what I find interesting is the face. You know, the face and the whole thing about, look at me from behind. I'm pretty and all. And then once you're close to her, like, here you go, my face. Look at it.
Yeah.
Look at it. And apparently this happens to children as well. And, well, it's just to drive kids mad, crazy. I just don't see why. Maybe once again is for kids to not be wandering in the darkness in the woods, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all what I have today. Maybe we can do a part 2.
Yeah, I'm sure there's more.
Yeah, but these are the ones that I found terrifying-ish and very popular in all the Latin American countries. In Spain too. El Coco is very, very popular in Spain. Chupacabras even in Russia.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
crazy.
in the Philippines.
Yeah.
That I didn't know. That's really cool.
Yeah. So that's it for today. Anything else you would like to add to this?
No.
Don't be in the woods at night.
Yeah.
Don't follow strangers.
Yeah.
Because that happened in America. I remember there was a thing about clowns in the woods that
They were just like in random places. Yeah. Just people being weird.
Yeah. But I think ghosts can be terrifying, but real people too.
I think that's why I never really found I don't know, horror movies don't really
affect you.
Do it for me. I'm not interested, because to me I think the worst kind of horror movies is when it's just people.
Yeah.
Because people are so much worse than any monster we can imagine.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. With ghosts, they supposed to be like in another dimension or something like that, and you're supposed to, go through them and all of that. But with humans, they're, I don't know. It's just different, right?
Like somebody said about ghosts, if they can move objects, they can knock over cups and move furniture and this and that. Why not take a pen and paper and write down what your problem is?
Yeah. What? Yeah.
What are you mad about? What do you need?
This out,
let's talk it out. You know. And also, why do they always have clothes?
Weren't they naked?
Well, because clothes don't have souls, right? So when you die, shoes do. So when you die, why do you have clothes as a ghost? Shouldn't ghosts technically be naked? Well, just shoes, because I said, shoes have a soul.
I honestly, I hope I never see a ghost or anything like that, or monsters or bad humans or anything like that, because honestly, I don't see the need for them. And as you said, if you have a problem, just talk it out.
Yeah.
Just write it down.
Yeah, write out your feelings.
Yeah. Anyways, well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know, or let us know in the comment section down below, what do you think? Have you heard of any other terrifying creatures from your country? Just let us know. That's very interesting. And don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon so you can get notified every time I upload a video. Also visit smlessons.com for more free Spanish lessons. Give this video a thumbs up, that helps us a lot. And would you yawn for everyone?
No.
Come on, just one yawn.
No, too late. Missed your chance.
Okay, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.